Ladies and gentlemen, I am outraged. And you want to know why? Because of the injustices of male misogynistic pigs in the tennis world. So if you don't understand why I'm all pissed off and why there are 2 holes in my shirt right where my nipples are, then you're an uncultured swine and you're part of the problem. You see, BuzzFeed, the only reliable news source out there, sent me a notification today because, I have the app. They sent me a notification today that there was a U.S. Women's Open player that was penalized because she took her shirt off in the middle of a match, which is disgusting. Men can take their shirts off in the middle of matches. Why can't the women? I don't understand it, and that's why I cut 2 holes where my nipples are to show how I agree with the Free the Nipple movement. And I think we're going to look at this story because there's a lot that we can learn about our race as humans and a lot we can take away from this. All right, so here's the headline. A women tennis player was penalized for fixing her shirt during a match at the U.S. Open. Male tennis players are not subjected to the same penalties. And I'm really glad they tagged that onto the end because, I don't know how the heck women are able to get penalized for this, but men aren't. It's like men and women are different in some sort of way, and men are either have something or are lacking something rather that women aren't. Women have something that men don't, that causes them from taking their shirts off, which is a completely outrageous notion. Everyone knows men and women are the same physiologically, essentially. Okay, so here we have the story, and right off the bat, I gotta hand it. The people down at BuzzFeed really know how to write a compelling story. They really vivid imagery here. A French tennis player was slapped with a violation at the U.S. Open on Tuesday for taking off her shirt and readjusting it while she was on the court. So, if for those of you who haven't taken literary classes or paper writing classes, this is the apotheosis of all writing. She was not only hit with that violation, she was slapped with it. That ref didn't just say, "Hey, you're violating a rule. You can't take off your shirt. Now everyone can see your boobies." No. She was slapped. Bang, pow. That was no amount of training could have prepared her for the amount of slapping that she was going to receive with that violation. Pro boxers, Mike Tyson went out there and saw that slap, and he said, "I'm going to back off from this ref. This is a ref I don't want to screw with." All right, moving forward, the tournament in Queens, New York, has been plagued with an unrelenting heat wave, with temperatures soaring upward of 96 degrees Tuesday, with a heat index making it feel like over 100 degrees at times. I really, really have to have some pity. Everyone really has to have some pity for these players. Not only are they being forced to go out there and play tennis for a living, but they only get paid scraps. I mean, look at this. I had to look it up just because I couldn't believe it when I heard it, but they're only getting paid $3.8 million if you win. And granted, that is before sponsorships come in, but only $3.8 million, that's like pennies. They're playing in this weather for pennies, and they're playing tennis. It's really sad. All right, so I got to stop the flow right now to interrupt you because I got to give a PSA here. If you're faint of heart, if you have high blood pressure, if you have a weak kidney, if you're giving birth, if you're a ginger, don't watch this next part because you're going to get triggered beyond compare. This is going to trigger you regardless who you are. So please just be aware of it and watch at your own discretion. All right, you've been warned now, okay? The players were given a 10-minute break to cool off and rehydrate, during which Alizé Cornet, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, that might be a microaggression. I apologize. I'm not a microaggressor. I apologize. Put on a fresh shirt. When she returned to the court, she realized her shirt was on backwards. She quickly took the shirt off and put it back on, prompting the umpire, Christian Rask, to hit her with a code violation. I want to give BuzzFeed a special thanks for giving us the name of Christian Rask. Now I can go on social media and I can hunt him down. If I should ever meet a man in the street named Christian Rask, I will surely punch him, maybe give him a swift kick to the nutsack. So thank you, BuzzFeed, for giving us his name. I think that was completely necessary and completely warranted. Just disgusting. Oh, shoot, my nipple holes. Hold on, wait, give me a second. Anyways, I just think it's disgusting that she had no other option than to take her shirt off and just to switch it around, face the right way. And this is, it's just disgusting. It really is. I don't get it at all. Christian Rask better hope he never meets me in a dark alley. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, Cornette, who played Swedish opponent Johanna Larsson, looked surprised at the penalty, which is handed out of the umpire's discretion. I don't get how she couldn't look surprised at the penalty, considering that it's the umpire's discretion to hand it out. All right, I'm going to switch up the tempo a little bit and talk like a rational human being for a couple seconds here. I don't get what they mean by the ref's discretion. If the shirt's off, the shirt is off. There's nothing to discress about. I don't think that's a real word, but there's no discretion. Oh, well, maybe her shirt was off. Maybe it wasn't. I don't really know. You could have come. There's no question here. She took her shirt off. You guys are saying she took her shirt off. So what is to the ref's discretion, whether he calls it or not? Because if he's not calling it, then that means the umpire or ref or whatever the hell they call him in tennis isn't doing his job properly. So I don't get what the whole... It's so dumb. All right, here. Let me just help BuzzFeed out a little bit because they might be a little confused on what shirt on and shirt off means. This is my shirt while it's on, and now it is off. Now I'm going to put it back on. So if I were like this, the ref wouldn't call the penalty. Mind-blowing, right? All right, here we got the decision follows the news from last week. Serena Williams will not be permitted to wear a black cat suit on the court at the French Open. The outfit has been specifically designed to help prevent blood clots and help her circulation. Ongoing condition develops following difficult childbirth. Well, I don't really know about you, but if I had a sport, I wouldn't want people wearing black cat jumpsuits. And I'm not a doctor, but I'm kind of going to call BS on that whole blood clot thing. I think it was more because she wanted to look cool. But whatever. I'll let that one slide. Now we got the French Tennis Federation. Bernard Guidaloncelli Guadalupe said in an interview with a tennis magazine that dress code would be implemented on the French Open, disallowing the cat suit. Well, that makes sense. On Twitter, fans reacted to the double standards with outrage. Now, that last sentence really gets me because, number one, what don't people on Twitter react to with outrage? There's literally not a post on the entire history of Twitter that people haven't reacted to with complete outrage and disgust. Regardless it's a right post or a left post, doesn't matter. Conservative, liberal, libertarian, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be someone who's pissed off at it. Hell, it could be, I just went to the hospital and saved a bunch of babies. Oh, what the hell? Maybe they didn't want to be saved. Everyone's outraged on Twitter. Everyone's outraged in general, typically. So I find that hysterical. Like, oh, really? They reacted with outrage? But not only that, there are no double standards here. It's across the board. You don't follow the dress code, and you're going to get penalized for it. There's no double standard. And now they do this cute little thing where they post a couple of the outraged Twitters. U.S. Open, Alizé Cornet take off top because it was back to front and she'd been penalized for breaking rules. And yet Novak Djokovic changed his top and nothing is said. Sexism in tennis, it's the 21st century, for F's sake. All right, so I've shot this like 5 times now because I need to tiptoe around everyone's feelings here. But I don't want to make the argument that it's not sexist that women can't take their shirts off and men can. But it really isn't, okay? If you look at it, that's just how it works, okay? Things just work that way. If you're unhappy with that, I am sorry, but it's just the true fact of nature. Women got boobs, guys don't. I've way overused the word boobs, but it's just true. So if you want to change the rule to where if a woman's got a sports bra and she can take her shirt off, that's fine. I don't care. If you want to change the rule to where men can't take their shirts off, that's fine. I don't give a hoot and holler. It's tennis. It doesn't matter. It's a stupid game. Is it really that important? I don't think it is, but if you want to change the rules, that's fine. Don't get pissed at the umps, though, and all men in general, because, oh boy, men tennis players can take their shirts off, but women can't. Look at that. That's... Okay.
So now that I've made a fool of myself, I think it's time for me to point out my favorite part about this whole thing is that it says Cornette subsequently lost the match to Larson. The fact that she took her shirt off had absolutely nothing to do with this. She won one out of the two matches, or one out of the three, I apologize. She was nowhere near winning the other two. She lost by double her score in the second one, and then triple her score in the third one. I don't know how tennis scoring works, and I think they got it done wrong here because I think it goes by like 15-45 or something weird like that. But I know for a fact that she lost by double her score and then triple her score in the third match. The penalty had nothing to do with it. She was just having a bad game.
Well, guys, I hope you truly did get to see the misogyny that goes on in the tennis world, and I hope you all now have the same amount of hatred towards men that I do. It's just astonishing how misogynistic everyone is, even the tennis world. No one's safe. Tennis players, I mean, next thing you know, I mean, women aren't going to be allowed in the NFL anymore, and that's going to be crazy to see when that happens. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it for today's video. I'm going to rip this shirt now. Nope, maybe I'm not. Because I'm mad. Are my nipples freed enough yet? This looks kind of like a cape. I'm Captain Feminism, and I'm here to protect your freedom of the nipples. I'm the hero misogyny needs, but not the one it deserves. You know, my father told me there comes a point in every man's life where he questions, what the hell am I doing? I haven't gotten there yet, but when I do, it's gonna be bad.